Do you like to crowd kill people in the shows? Are you still a guy in your 30s who still does slam dances? Do you need a metalcore band that has a combination of every beatdown hardcore band but with clean vocals? Well, I give you Boundaries. Boundaries is a metalcore band formed in Hartford, Connecticut.
I feel like I'm fucking dying.
Founded by the bassist Sadek Brooks, Boundary was formed around 2013 or 2014. However, they had many lineup changes that so many of their original Boundaries members left, making Sadek Brooks the only original member left. Although in 2018 they kept their last lineup update and are still active. However, I discovered that Sadek Brooks left the band in 2021, making the current Boundary members are Matthew McDougall, Corey Ammond, Tim Sullivan, Nathan Concagno, and Cody Dalvecchio. So let's get straight back to the video. They released their first EP in 2017, then a year later another EP, and another year later their third EP. They signed with Unbeaten Records, and in 2020 they released their debut album, Your Receding Warmth. The album follows a story about a boy's life starting from being born to high school life, but the tragic event began to stress him out. They left Unbeaten Records and signed to another label, 3 Thought Records. They released their second album, Burying Brightness, in 2022, and in 2024, their third album, Death is a Little More. They have heavy songs that many audience will likely to crowd kill you, and it's no wonder they're called Mega Metalcore. Sometimes they have melodic or clean vocals on each song of those albums, but it is still heavy. Their lyrical content deal with the anger and anxiety that tells the story, whether it's one of the band members or a concept about the stories they made. Their exposure in other media isn't significant, but you have to notice that they're not a big band yet. They're pretty new, but at least they appear on tour with well-known bands like Bane and Dying Wish. Are you an emotional person? Do you want to hear someone scream so loud that it makes you deaf? Well, Frail Body is for you. Frail Body is a trio screamo band in Rockford, Illinois, formed by Lo Schaefer, Nick Kaczynski, and Nicholas Clemenson. Before they formed the band, all of the members were into other bands that were in, but their genres were different, as sometimes they were making indie or post-rock music. In 2017, they formed the band Frail Body and released their 2 EPs and 1 split album. Their primary influence was Under Oath, United Nations, Seisha, Touche Amore, and Daitori. In 2019, they signed with Death Wish Records and released their debut album, A Brief Memoriam. This album deals with the death and loss of the singer's loved ones, since Lo's mother died of cancer and he wrote most of the tracks about it. For example, the first 2 tracks deal with the vocalist's last moment with his mother and the aftermath of her death. The first album is more of a classic screamo, lasting only 21 minutes. Their second album, Artificial Bouquet, was released this year and is one of their best albums so far. This album is now the 5th highest rated album of 2024 in radio music. The second album used screamo with post-rock and black gaze elements that lasted more than 4 minutes. The lyrical theme on Artificial Bouquet is about opening up about the mental illness that the band has faced during their career with a lot of emotion and anger. The recognition of other media is the same thing as Boundaries. There aren't that enough, except for the radio music albums list. Thanks for watching my video. Consider a like, subscribe, and comment down below on what other bands I should discuss next.